The scream tore through the hallway before I even had a chance to open my mouth. Who the hell is she, Michael? Elena's voice shook the framed wedding photo on the wall, the one where she was smiling wide, sunlight kissing her hair, her hand clutching mine like she'd never let go. Now that same hand was trembling, knuckles white, eyes wild as they darted between me and the woman standing quietly behind me. The air felt like it had been set on fire. The woman didn't say a word. Her eyes stayed down, face half hidden beneath her hood. I could feel her pulse in the silence, fast, scared, uncertain. "Elena," I started, my voice barely above a whisper. "Please, let me explain." "Explain." She let out a bitter laugh. "You bring some woman into our home, unannounced, and you want to explain?" Her voice cracked at the edge of rage. "You couldn't even wait until I was gone." I wanted to reach out, but the distance between us was now a chasm. And she wasn't wrong. After months of emotional distance, late nights, and phone calls that ended too quickly, she'd probably convinced herself I was hiding something. But not this. "Just, give me a minute," I said softly. "Please." Elena's jaw clenched. Her eyes glistened with a mix of fury and heartbreak. "1 minute. Then I'm calling your mother. She deserves to know what kind of son you turned into." I nodded once and turned toward the woman behind me. "Go ahead," I whispered. The woman slowly lowered her hood. Her face was pale, lips trembling. Elena froze. Her mouth fell open. Her voice came out in a whisper. "No, no, that's not possible." The silence that followed was heavy enough to crush breath. "It's me," the woman said, her voice cracking like thin glass. "Mom." Elena's knees buckled against the doorframe. She pressed her hands to her face as though the world had slipped out from under her. "I buried you," she whispered. "I watched them lower your coffin." "I know," the older woman said, stepping forward. "I know you did." Elena shook her head violently. "No, this isn't real. This is some sick trick, Michael. What is this?" "It's real," I said quietly. "I found her 3 months ago. She's been living under a different name." Elena turned to me then, tears streaking her face. "Why? Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I didn't know how. Because the woman who'd walked into my office claiming to be Elena's dead mother wasn't some delusional stranger. She'd known things no one else could. The scent of Elena's childhood perfume, the lullaby she used to hum, the small scar above her left eyebrow from a bicycle fall. I'd demanded a DNA test before even considering the impossible. And when the results came back, 99.98% match, I'd sat in my car for an hour, shaking, trying to imagine how I would tell my wife that the mother she'd mourned for 15 years was alive. But now, seeing Elena crumble before me, I wasn't sure there had ever been a right way. Elena's mother, Diane, took a hesitant step forward. "Sweetheart, I had to disappear. I was in danger." Elena's sob turned into a bitter laugh. "Danger? You faked your death. Do you have any idea what that did to me? To Dad?" "I didn't have a choice," Diane said, tears brimming. "Your father, he wasn't the man you thought he was." "Don't," Elena hissed. "Don't you dare drag him into this. He loved you. He tried to kill me," Diane said flatly. The words detonated in the room like a bomb. I felt the world tilt. Elena's expression shifted, confusion, disbelief, then fury. "Stop lying," she screamed. "He found you that night. You said you were driving home. The police." "They were his friends," Diane interrupted, her voice rising for the first time. "He staged it all. The crash, the body. He thought he could get away with it, but I escaped before the car went over." Elena stumbled back, gripping the edge of the sofa. "That's impossible. Dad wouldn't, he couldn't. He was laundering money, Elena. For men who don't forgive mistakes." The words came out heavy, measured. And though I'd heard them before, they still made my skin crawl. "I ran," Diane continued. "For years, I ran. I thought it was safer if you believed I was dead. But when your father passed," she paused, "I thought it was time to come back." Elena's tears had turned cold now. Her eyes darted between me and Diane. "So you knew," she said to me quietly. You knew all of this. You let me grieve again. I wanted to protect you, I said. She was afraid. Protect me. Elena's voice hardened. Or protect her. Her words sliced deep. And in that instant, I realized what she must have thought when she saw us, me bringing a strange woman home after weeks of distant behavior. She hadn't seen betrayal. She'd seen confirmation. Elena, please, I said, stepping closer. I've never. Don't touch me. Her voice was soft, but it froze me mid-step. You kept secrets, Michael. You lied to me. You let me think my husband was hiding an affair when all this time you were hiding her. She pointed at Diane, her hand trembling. Do you even know what that did to me? I didn't have an answer. Because she was right. Every night I'd come home late from meeting Diane, I'd see Elena already in bed, back turned, pretending to sleep. I'd told myself I was sparing her pain. But now, looking at her, face streaked with disbelief and loss, I realized I'd only shifted it, delayed it, made it worse. Diane took a step forward. Sweetheart, please. Don't hate him. I begged him not to tell you. Why? Elena shouted. You had 15 years. You could have written, called, anything. I watched you grow up from afar, Diane whispered. Your graduation. Your wedding. I was there, hidden in the crowd. Elena's breath hitched. You, what? Tears fell freely down Diane's face. You looked so happy that day. I couldn't ruin it. I couldn't face you knowing what I'd done. For a long time, no one spoke. The only sound was the rain beginning to tap softly against the window, a quiet metronome to the chaos in the room. Finally, Elena looked up. Get out, she said. Both of us froze. I said get out. Her voice trembled but didn't waver. You both lied to me. You let me live in a ghost story. Elena. Out, she screamed, pointing toward the door. Diane's face crumpled. She turned and walked past me, her hand brushing mine for a fleeting second, a silent plea for understanding. I followed her out. On the porch, the rain had become steady, relentless. Diane clutched her coat tight. She'll hate me forever, won't she? I looked back through the window. Elena was standing in the same spot, her hand pressed to her chest like she was holding something broken inside. No, I said quietly. She won't. But she'll never see either of us the same again. For a long time, we stood there in the cold, the weight of truth pressing harder than the rain. And in that stillness, I understood what betrayal really was. Not lies told out of malice, but truths withheld out of fear. And fear, in the end, breaks more hearts than love ever could.